Tucker here is run 2 Stratton GS, as we said, 10th place overall in your first race. Awesome job.
Trying to get back on her feet.
That's me too, and
Yeah.
I'm like going, I don't know what it means like being sick all the time.
But it was crazy because I like hadn't gotten sick in like 2 years, and like my coworker came in and she coughed in his head. I swear to God, big germs, like baby germs, are on a whole other freaking planet.
I know, because like one gets sick and they all get sick.
Yeah. No, one from 79.
All right, good job. This second run, a little tougher than the first because A, had more swing, and B, the hill falls away this way. So you had to be really strong on the right leg. All the red panels were much tougher turns. Came in here, the very first gate, you kind of have half your turn above and half your turn below, and that sets you up on a little bit of a lowered line. We want to be up next to that red panel right now in that position, and not, a meter or so, 2 meters, I can't really tell, down the hill. So as we talked about in just a review, if that's the gate, rise line is that imaginary line drawn up the hill, and we talked about giving ourselves adequate space or elevation above where we intersect rise line, and rise line is where we want to start that turn. Be patient, get out to rise line. We want to intersect it with enough space above so we bring turn shape back and be tight to the gate with completion done. Right, so you really don't want half your turn above, half your turn below. Again, if that's the gate, half a turn above, half your turn below would look like this. Right, and we're looking to have the turn more like that. So we're really actually turning around a piece of snow somewhere here. So we finish the turn on the gate with direction done whenever it's steep and offset. So the gate is really at the end of our turn, not in the middle of our turn. So right away, the gate's in the middle of your turn here. A little better job there. That you got up to rise line, brought shape back, tighter to the gate. But you went a little too straight at this one. As we talked about in inspection, especially when it falls in a fall away, besides having a strong right leg, we really need to give ourselves more room above the gate because it's going to want to suck you down into the hole here. So you didn't give yourself enough elevation, space above the gate right now. You're in rise line with very little space. So what's going to happen? You're going to get pulled down here. And you can see the skis skidding the spray. Now you're going directly across the hill as opposed to going a little diagonally. And what's the other thing? We need what? Probably, again, like we talked about in your other video, more angles. You could see yourself, like that. So we're going to be on the inside ski or 2-footed at best. Need to get level shoulders and body angles, upper and lower body separation. Still not nearly enough elevation or space above. If you're right above the gate, there's no chance to make the turn except finishing it well below the gate. So we're going across the hill. Good recovery though. And some good skiing in there. Good job. We want to be driving those hands forward past every panel. I want to take it down the hill, getting in the front of the boot and taking it down the hill, and you're kind of, a little on your heels here, hands back. Move those arms forward. I want to see elbows in front of the body. Right, you're a little in the back seat, kind of on your heels. There's no ankle flexion. I'd like to see your shins right now should be more, well, that's too much. That's even too much. Can't draw. I'll call it like that, right? Right now we're really on our heels. So we need to find the front of the boot better. Ankle flexion, pull both feet back. And lastly, the finish still, unless you went through it a little more, you start to pull up right at the line. All right, let's tuck a little through. And secondly, we talked about inspection, how we're going to come around this gate and run pretty much just to the other side of the blue, because you don't need to turn here, because flat skis are faster skis. And you're making this big turn, you're still on your edges, and you're going over this way for a longer distance, and then actually start to turn back a little bit. So I want to take the most direct line, and we want to be on flat skis. But anyway, great job. Think about the things we said here, and looking forward to your next race.